Lies with the truth. Good evening and thank you for watching. It is appreciated as always. Labour lies with the truth. They do it all the time, and they do it with every single policy decision they announce, which is what we're getting into today. Look at this, for example. On the Home Office website, on X, and other social media platforms, they'll declare that 60,000 illegal migrants and foreign criminals have been removed or deported from this United Kingdom since 2024 when they got into power. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? Not when there's at least 2 million illegal migrants in the United Kingdom. Then it doesn't look so nice, and it doesn't look very impressive when you look at it that way. And then you look into the figures themselves. We'll get into the figures themselves. Only 15,200 were enforced removals, including deportation carried out by the Home Office, up 45% compared to the Tories. 43,000 were voluntary departures. This is people who left of their own accord after being told they have got no right to be in the United Kingdom. Sometimes after contact with immigration enforcement includes some independent departures where the person left without the Home Office involvement or notification. These people, the 43,000, they are paid to leave. They are allowed to come back to the United Kingdom and rinse and repeat. So say, for example, you get a migrant from Eritrea or the Congo. They can rinse and repeat this process, and they can keep on doing it, and they can keep on doing it. Obviously, their economy is nowhere like ours, so they can go back with the money that we give them, live like kings or queens, and then come back and do it again, and do it again, and do it again. Then we look at this clip that Shabana Mahmood put out recently, or it was actually put out, and it lays bare what exactly is going on here. So I'm going to play the clip.
A difficult problem to resolve.
Will you be confident in numbers going down by then in all the different measures that you've just talked about?
I would love to be in that position. I can't guarantee I'm going to be in that position. That's because the measures will take some time to come into effect. We will legislate at the earliest opportunity to change the appeal system, to further restrict the way that Article 8 of the Human Rights Act is interpreted. There's a whole range of legislative changes that we've announced, which we are working at pace to draft and get right before we pass them in a bill. That all necessarily does take some time.
Don't believe the hype. She's tweaking around the edges. That is literally all it is. I want to show you something now, and it's very instructive to how cumbersome and complicated the asylum system and appeals process is in the United Kingdom compared to a European country. Not of comparable size. This is Denmark. They are a much smaller country, but they are a Western nation like us. So we're going to look at this. We're going to look at us first of all. In the UK, there are multiple layers of appealing deportation/immigration decisions, especially for illegal migrants or failed asylum seekers. The first tier tribunal, Immigration and Asylum Chamber, is the first appeal. Then there's an upper tribunal, Immigration and Asylum Chamber, the second level, on points of law. Then you've got a Court of Appeal, a third level, with permission. And then you've got the Supreme Court, a rare fourth and final level. This creates 4 appeal stages, courts/tribunals, before the initial Home Office decision, leading to prolonged process and large backlogs. They're not actually reviewing the process. They're not thinking, this process isn't delivering what we want, we are going to change it. They are saying we're going to tweak around the edges to give the impression we care.
Shh. That'll be our little secret.
It's not good enough, and I'm calling out here. Labour are not serious about stopping the boats. They are not serious about stopping illegal migration to this United Kingdom. All they want to do is appear slightly competent on the matter and hope that the normies and people that aren't plugged into politics are buying it. That is all they are doing. They are governed by the backbenchers of their party, and most of them are rabid leftists. Take, for example, the member for York, I believe it is, one of them, her name is Rachel Maskell. She's looking to get rid of Keir Starmer. This is what she thinks Britain wants.
Out so much more and say 20,000 is not enough, 30,000 is not enough.
I can tell her now, that is not what we want. We do not want this at all. We want something more like this.
Deported.
Deporting.
Deportation. Deported. Deporting.
Yeah, so I agree with Rupert Lowe on this. We want to deport. Then we look at Denmark's system. Alright. First of all, just to finish off with the UK, there's 4 appeal stages beyond the initial Home Office decision, leading to prolonged processes. Then in Denmark, the system is far simpler and more streamlined. The initial decision by Danish Immigration Service or similar authority, an appeal by a specialised board, usually the Refugee Appeals Board, asylum-related cases, including revocations and deportations, or the Immigration Appeals Board for other matters. These boards' decisions are generally final, and that's the end of the matter. They are not serious about solving the problem. They will not solve the problem. That is clear. If you've got a process in place and the process isn't delivering the outcomes that you want, the logical response would be to change the process or abolish the process, to streamline it and to give the desired outcome. This isn't about being inhumane against being humane, nothing like that. It's about delivering what the British electorate wants. It's not about you standing on a soapbox saying refugees matter, we need to welcome the entire universe to Britain. It's what have the people voted for. That is why you are there, to answer to your electors. Not to parliaments, not to the chattering classes, not to be a good global citizen. All of these are secondary or tertiary concerns in my particular view. Detain and deport. Labour aren't serious, they are a clown show of a party. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like and subscribe, do all that gravy, do all that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. And final side note, the SNP in Scotland are actually running illegal migrants to run in Holyrood. They've got 3 so far, and that's what they're doing. They're running illegal migrants up in Scotland to run for the devolved elections. That's enough to make you sick. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.